Welcome to race night, folks. Got a good show here for you tonight. Most of you guys probably know me. Otherwise, my name is Luke Lanker. I'll be your host. So we got some announcements here I'd like to make quick before we introduce our guest. We had a Mike Koffroad passed away this week. He was a street stock driver at Silver Springs. And so we want to send out prayers to his family and wife, and keep Sue in your thoughts and prayers. She's still recovering from COVID at home, so hopefully she's getting better each day. And keep Brandon Glorioso's dad from the station here in your thoughts and prayers. Chili Bowl's on this week, so watch that Saturday night. Preliminary races this week. Watch that Steven Snyder Jr. He's making waves down there. Maybe not good ones, but he's making them. Darren Kaufman, he's down there running. And same with Alex Bright. Some things for on your calendar. Racing Extravaganza in York, February 4th and 5th. That's at the York Expo. And then we got Motorama on February 19th and 20th. So keep them written on your calendar, and then get all your schedules and everything at them too, and then you'll know what races you want to go to. So I'll introduce tonight's guest. Some of you guys may know him. It's Zach Newlin, former 305 driver, and I think this year he's going into legend cars, I believe, but we'll find out here. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good, Luke. How are you?
Good. Well, I guess we'll get started on like your background so everybody knows who you are, or what. So where would you start in?
We started.
How old?
It was like 1998. We started go-karts. Our local track was 7 Stars. It's 7 Stars Speedways now. It was Little Greenwood Raceway when we were growing up. I started there, and then a couple years later, Lance was old enough to race, and we ran go-karts till I got my first 600 micro in 2006, and then I think Lance was the next season. And we ran 600 micros up until 2011, and then 2012, I think, was when I took the year off and we got Lance in the 305s. He ran that first full season, and then 13, I put a car together, and we ran 2 more seasons together, and then Lance stopped racing, and we just became a one-car team, and I've been at it since.
What made you want to get into racing? Like a dad race, or?
It's my mom and dad's whole family's fault. They started taking us young, and I was that annoying little kid at all the.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Running around making the engine noises, the same stuff I yell at Caleb for.
Same stuff you do now.
Yeah, I still do it. So, but yeah, I just live, eat, and breathe it. That's all I've ever wanted to do. So.
Speaking of Caleb, is he running anything this year?
Yeah, we got him a newer chassis for a go-kart, so he'll be moving up to, I think it's the green plate class. So.
And he'll be running at 7 Stars?
When we can. He's going to run the Friday nights that I don't run, and then I think we're going to do Sunday racing with him. But like Sealands Grove or some of the other Sunday tracks, so he can get out there and race.
Gotcha. Tell us about last year. It was kind of an off year for you.
Yeah, it's the first year I haven't won a feature in a long time. The beginning of the year, it was honestly about this time last year. I kind of knew the other one deal wasn't going to work out, but I was going to run it as much as we could, or see how it unfolded, and it didn't unfold very well. But the writing was on the wall for that one. And then Dan's car, we were quick. We showed speed. We just couldn't keep engines together, unfortunately. And then it just got to the point where we didn't want to hurt anything more equipment. We just decided to build for the next season, and then kind of made the decision to put my own 410 team together. So we started to piece some stuff together there. I bought an engine at a pretty decent price to put together. So we got in the process of that, and then I think like a week or 2 weeks later, Alan called me up for the 29 car, so it just changed plans tremendously.
Yeah, well, you had some success in that 29 car last year at Port. I mean,
Yeah.
you weren't winning, but you were definitely
We weren't winning, but
showing speed.
we weren't terrible, but we weren't,
Well, yeah,
we weren't, but, like Tuscarora 50 weekend, like, we were next to last or last in a heat race, but, the 3 cars in front of me that I was racing with was like Reitzel, so we weren't too far off. It was just getting comfortable again.
Yeah, you got to watch bicycling around him.
Yeah, but we got we got to third in the C main of Tuscarora 50 night, but like Lance came up with the idea of what we needed to do, and it was like the best the car felt, and I was comfortable. So we just based off of that for the final 2 shows at the end of the year there. So
It seemed to work for you.
yeah, the World of Outlaw weekend actually went very well for us. So we missed it by what we got 5th in the B main Friday night. Missed it by 1 spot, and then locked it in through the heat race on the Saturday night. So that was pretty cool.
No. Yeah, so you're running that car again this year, I suppose?
Yeah, we're gonna focus Port Royal
Okay.
in the 29 car, and then we're gonna run the Dan's 21 at the 358 races at the Grove.
You're going to run every
Yeah.
run for points?
I mean, I don't know if we'll run for points, but I mean, we're gonna
but you're
we're
gonna
gonna
be there
run,
as
yeah,
much
we're
as
gonna
you
run
can,
there
yeah.
as much as we can.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if we'll contend, but we're gonna try our best.
And before we get too much further, anybody that's got questions for Zach or comments, you can call in. Phone number's 717-334-3000. Remember, it's kind of like a family show here, so, and don't watch Facebook when you're trying, I mean, you can watch it, don't listen to it when you're on the phone because there's a delay. So you got to kind of listen to the phone and then you'll be on. So, but yeah, any questions, or you can message on or comment there on Facebook, and we'll definitely get it over to Zach. So 29 is going to be 410, pretty much just Port. You're going to go to any other shows?
We might go to some other shows. He's got we're gonna have 3 cars, 3 engines. So we have a small track car, and then the 2 cars they're pretty much built for Port Royal, so we can switch back and forth to save engines and
It
go
was
from
pretty
there.
badass last year, pulling in an open trailer.
Yeah, that was it's a pain in the butt to get dressed at the track in an open trailer, but other than that, it's pretty cool.
At least you don't have much, you know what I mean, like to hide. But yeah, so well, that's cool. And then the 21, anywhere other than the Grove, or just primarily the Grove?
Probably, I mean, it all depends on what the other schedules are going to be like. But Dan really likes racing the Friday nights at the Grove. I've never been a real big.
Well, there's
Lincoln
only one car to
fan.
beat there.
Yeah.
Derek Locke.
Yep.
But
We'll beat him this year.
you did win at the Grove in the 358, didn't you?
Yeah, I won 1 race there in the 11Z car in our own car. So.
Cool. That's probably a lot nicer not having to work, with your own car every.
Yeah, I mean, we still I would make trips up to Allen's place to work on the car, and then I'd at least try to be at, if it was a race week, to be at Dan's place to work on the 21 car to get it ready. So.
Awesome. Well, we have a caller already, so we'll go to the phone lines. Welcome to race night.
Hello, Luke.
How you doing, Robert?
I'm doing well.
So you got a question here for our guest, Zach?
I do. Hello.
I think he said hi.
How's Nick doing?
I'm doing well, Robert. How are you?
Did that other question? What?
What was that?
I'm losing. him.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out there, Robert.
How's Luke doing?
Oh, Luke's doing good. I've never had a bad day. Every day's a good day.
So how did you come up with the number 20 car?
Say that again?
How did you come up with the number 20 car?
The number 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan just I was doing some torsion bar work for him. He called me up to pick him up the one day and let me know he was making a driver change, and we started talking about the laps I had around Port Royal Speedway, and then we got together and met and decided to give it a go.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, I would like to watch you on TV tonight, but they get a wrestling on there tonight.
Yeah.
All right. ahead. How you doing, buddy?
All right, Robert. Yep, thanks.
See you, Robert.
Talk to you next week. All right. Well, we have one comment here. Someone says you look like Kenny Weld.
Yeah, I've been told I look like Kenny
Oh, wait.
Weld, and I get
Oh, it says Zach looks good. Kenny Weld.
Kenny
No, he
Weld.
said he looked like Kenny Weld.
yeah, and a lot of people always told me I look like Dale Earnhardt Jr. too. So I don't.
Yeah. Was that Stevie Wonder that told you that?
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
You do kind. I guess you kind of favored Dale Earnhardt Jr. when he was
Younger.
12.
Yeah, maybe
or so.
14.
We have another question here. They said, does Zach ever want to move up to a wingless Sportsman?
I don't know if I can put on the weight to fill in the seat. I think the smallest seat they have, other than like Tony Jackson's, is like a 18-inch seat or something. So
Yeah, 18 or, I mean, I know there's guys with, lazy boys in there with no padding,
yeah,
that's all.
it's a lot. Actually, Lance and I, we sat side by side in the Super Sportsman the 1 year, so
Well,
we could maybe.
it would probably take both of you to
Yeah.
beat some of them guys up there.
It could.
But no, that's cool. And your little girl into racing, she just goes along and cheers you on?
Yeah, 1 week Cadence says she's going to race, and then I don't want to race. It's hit and miss with her. She told me this week on her 5th birthday, which is in a couple months, she's getting a new house. So I think Sam's going to have to start working some overtime.
And Lance, his kid's into racing? Or?
Yeah, Jax. Hadley's into it, but Jax was actually up with us working on the car Saturday, so he was having fun.
He's not racing a go-kart yet?
No, he's not old enough.
How old is
He's
he?
still in diapers.
So are you.
Well, it depends.
But and then we have another question here. What chassis do you like?
We ran Triple X for years and had success with them, and then I switched to J&J, and I for this season I was actually planning on getting an RPM to put our own team together, and then when that whole deal happened with Allen, I kind of put that on hold. But if I was putting my own team together, I'd probably be RPM or J&J.
Gotcha. Now, you'd mentioned your bars. That's how you got the 29 ride. You still in business, Newlin Bar Service?
Yeah, we're doing good. We got the bar sales, the used bars, testing. The torsion bar cleaning tool is starting to take off like I was hoping it would.
That's something you sell is the cleaning tool?
Yeah, that's something we sell and market on our own. We make it from 3/4 inch for the micro guys, the 7/8, 1 inch for the midgets, and the 1 1/8 for the sprint cars. And then the titanium arms they're salty price-wise, but the popularity of them starting to go up now for us too. So guys have been jumping on them.
And like titanium arms, that's torsion arms, everybody. But the reason you go with titanium over aluminum or steel?
A lot of people think I went for lightness, but that's not really what we were going after. It was more about safety and the deflection factor. We haven't had any break yet, which you shouldn't.
Right.
They'll bend, but I like it because they actually stay on the car. And then we have a S-bend that we're making now for like wingless cars, and some of the 410 guys like to have an S-bend on the front end. Like we had that on Justin Peck's car and Spencer Baston this year. Lucas Wolf was running one, just testing it out for us. So
Gotcha. So it's booming.
I wouldn't say it's booming. I still got a bunch of debt to pay off, but I mean, it's not losing money,
Right.
so keeps busy. I got a bunch of work sitting there to do. So
Yeah, so anybody needs, there's probably a lot of sprint car teams watching or micros. You do for quarter midgets or?
no quarter midgets, but we do 3/4 from 270 all the way up to sprint car. I even have super modified customers from up in like Oswego, New York. So kind of do it all.
Yeah, anybody needs arms tested or used arms, new arms? You still sell the Strange Oval?
Yeah, Strange Oval is our sprint car bar, and then my micro bars is a company called Sway Away. So.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, what else anything I didn't hit on yet that you want to hit on? What's your goals for this year? I mean, what would be your ultimate goal?
I mean, it'd
in
be
both
awesome.
cars?
I mean, the 21 car, I think we're a contender. I think we're a top 5 car at Williams Grove when things go right, and I think we show a decent amount of speed there when things were going good. Like every night we blew up, we were either because the success at the beginning of the season, we were starting at the rear of the heat races. So the one night we just got into third and let one loose, and then the next night we got into second when it let loose. So I like Williams Grove. It's my opportunity to race there, so I really like to maneuver there. 410-wise, I mean, it'd be really cool to win a 410 race, but you kind of have to put perspective in place. Those guys are really good. I think we can be a top 10 car on most nights up there. From just what we learned in the speed, Alan has all his engines run extremely well, and we're familiar with the XXX chassis. So,
and it seemed like the car was well. I mean, it came in on an open trailer, but it seemed like it was well taken care of last year.
Yeah, he's very key on maintenance. So, we hand wash it, like we don't get it wet. So he likes to go over it with a rag and polish everything that way. So
this probably gets pretty muddy back here where you normally run in the back.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it all depends.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine gets muddy all the time because.
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep my goals realistic. I don't like to get too far fetched, but I think we can get up front and run for sure. The equipment's decent. The motors run really well, so we'll see what happens.
And you still got Lance on your?
Yeah, I got.
Still your crew chief, or?
Yeah, he's there with Dan's car, and then he makes. We just all communicate and decide what to do, and go from there.
Your mom and dad still bringing food every week? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I don't know if Mom ever forgive you from that night at Path Valley to give you food, so it all depends.
What night was that?
It was the night that you put up with the wrecker.
Oh, I was in the tow
So
truck.
this is where
I'll
you
bring you
parked.
in later.
I'll bring you in
I just
later.
wanted to know where you parked. And
then you brought me in later, and
Was that
she
in
gave
Hot
you
Laps?
the death stare. Yeah,
That's when you won Hot Laps. I remember that night.
Hot Laps.
But speaking of Path Valley, anybody? They have a work day coming up this Saturday, so anybody looking to, spend some time at Path Valley or just hang out, from 9 to 1, they said come and go as you want. So if you're not doing anything, you want to check out the progress and maybe throw a hand in, 9 to 1 at Path Valley. But there's 2 358 shows at Path Valley. You're gonna try to hit them?
If they're not conflicting, yeah. I'm really hoping they have the 410 race up there again this year. That was a blast. We didn't do very good there last year with our car. We just weren't prepared and kind of threw something together and ended up, I don't know how many times I spun out. It looked kind of like a fool, but once we got home and started going over stuff, it's like, oh wow, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Why
you threw it
did we
together
do that?
pretty quick there, didn't you?
Yeah.
So Chris Frank said if you're looking for any help at Path Valley, he might be willing. I don't know if you ever heard of Chris Frank.
Yeah,
Go-kart driver, I believe.
he held my helmet a few times. So.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
That's cool. Yeah, he runs go-kart, doesn't he?
Yeah, he went out and went out to race go-karts out in Indiana, and he didn't get off the bottom there and hit a tire too. So
I seen that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it twice? Didn't he hit a tire twice?
I don't know if he hit it twice. I just know he got hit it once at least. So
Gotcha. Yeah. So
catfishing.
Yeah. If you need any help, he's there to help. And then Dave Shealy asked why it's not on TV tonight. There's a basketball game or something on. So it'll be on reruns. But if you can't get on Facebook, I guess if they can't get on Facebook, they can hear me. But it'll be on. Bailey Hout said she's your biggest fan.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Nan Gutschall is watching. Donna Gutschall, do you know?
Yep.
Nan and Pat.
Yep.
And Todd Ward said, always nice talking to Zach at the track.
Yeah, Todd does a lot for Path Valley, that's
do a
for
lot.
sure.
Wait, I just seen he's sponsoring Hagerstown this year too.
Oh,
so.
wow, that's good. That's good. Need more people like him for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right. You want to mention any of your sponsors here while we're?
Two of my big supporters on the 410 are Grove Financial and Associates. On insurance needs there, and Dillman Hauling. We have Christine Boer went with us this year for the 410. T&M Builders, Walker Performance Filtration's been a big supporter of mine for a good many years now. Strange Oval. Kirby Kittner, Excavating,
Yeah,
is
he's been
coming
with,
on
he's been
board.
with you forever,
Yeah,
though.
he's been with for a long time. We're still working out some details on some other stuff with the car, but we're hoping some guys jump back on board for it and make a decent run for it.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see you.
Did I say Dillman Hauling?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I said
did.
Dillman Hauling. Yeah.
You have any 358 sponsors?
Pretty much Dan's team is Dan.
Dan?
He's got like the hydraulic is his work, so that's a big supporter of it.
What's that
But,
place called?
Manchester.
Manchester, yep,
Hydraulics?
Manchester Hydraulics,
So
yeah.
he's that's the biggest one on that car, and then pretty much just show up and race that thing. So it's
It always looks well prepared, too.
yeah,
Like,
and we have fun. It's a lot of fun there. So it's
now, any of the cars going to be at any shows that people can stop out?
I don't know, probably not.
How about Newlin Bar Service?
Newlin Bar Service will be at the Extravaganza show. I thought about doing the Philadelphia show, but
When's that? Do you know when that is?
it's coming up soon. They moved it to a 2-day show, and it was still like the same price as a 3-day show, so it just didn't seem as appealing to me with the amount of money you do to stay down there. And
Seen you out at PRI. Did you set up out there?
No. I'd like to. We're looking at that for next year to go out there. I was kind of set up in the Strange Oval booth going over things, and I had other things I needed to go take care of, so I didn't spend as much time at the booth. But I think if I would have, it would have went a lot better. But people got product to see it and stuff, so I picked up a few clients there. So it was nice to do that.
Sweet. Yeah, that looks like a big fun show.
Oh, it's awesome. And people take you serious there. Like if you're there, you're there for business. So
Oh, so I shouldn't go?
I mean, you can go.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go.
The food's great. You'd like it. There's a lot of bars and good food.
You know what Bruce Garner, he said, hey, squirrel?
Yeah, Bruce tried to be a sprint car driver, so we won't
Did he?
pick on him too much.
We got Denise Schaefer. She said, Schumann. She said, good luck, Zach and team, for the upcoming race season.
Thank you.
Dan Rome's watching. I don't know if you know Dan.
Yeah, I'm meeting Dan this week to pick up some bars, so
Yeah.
get them taken care of.
Yeah, he's a good guy to do a lot of dealing with his bent parts. I get all his bent stuff. And even straight stuff. He's gave me some straight stuff. Hopefully he's got a pile. And one good thing is with Troy, his boy Troy, it's not hard to get bent stuff. You know what I mean? But good family.
Yeah, good people.
But all right. So let's go on your crew. You got a crew.
Yeah, Lance pretty much makes most of the decisions on the car. I've a good friend that started helping us a while ago, a couple years now, is Harvey Heckert. He's got relations to Wild Bill. I have Chris Reese. Dad's there. Who am I forgetting? I think our friend Justin's going to come around and start helping again this year. So, and then on Dan's car, it's Dan. Man, I'm just not good at names on the spot. Nathan.
Yeah.
His boys there. I can't think of.
Pretty much whoever the hell shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it works. Well, I want to take some time here to thank our sponsors here. Miller's Racing Parts out of Mechanicsburg. Jake and Steph do a lot for the racers. They sponsor us here. Superior Homes, Donnie Broderick. You can see about 10 cars every week at BAPS with Superior Homes on it, and he helps sponsor the show. And anybody that's looking to sponsor, get a hold of me on Facebook, Luke Lanker. I'll get you the pricing and the different breakdowns. We'll hook you up and get you on here, and it'll definitely be cool to see your business out there, and it'll help the station here and keep the show rolling. So, yeah, anybody wants to do sponsorship, make sure you get a hold of me. And then anybody wants to call in, 717-334-3000. Zach wants to talk, and I mean, there ain't a whole lot to talk to him about, but he definitely wants to talk. So we'll keep going with Zach, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone asked on here, what's Caleb racing? That's the new one I care about. That was Bailey Health. So he's racing a go-kart green.
Yeah, he'll be running his go-kart. He He's pretty much a miniature me, smart ass, and he's learning real hard because he rubbed it in real hard that it only took him like, I forget how many, 8 races till he got his first win, and it took me like 3 years or something in a go-kart, so he's definitely good at rubbing that in. So, but
I thought it was funny. He had a broken arm there and
yeah,
came nothing from racing, but he said,
oh yeah, he was told to tell everybody he broke his arm racing, not falling off the infield fence at Port Royal and being a goofball. But
well, we got a good one here. Doug Dotson. I'm sure you know Doug Dotson.
yeah.
He says, "Are you still mad at me for ruining your chance at winning the Blue Collar Classic?"
Yeah, that was a tough one to swallow for sure, because that was the second time that year I got passed on the last lap by the same guy to win a race. So
Was that
Nitro,
Doug?
No, Nitro got me one night at Baps on the last lap, and then took advantage of Doug throwing those Hail Mary sliders. I just wish I would have committed and stayed on the top, but thought I'd turn underneath, drive right by him. Wasn't expecting Nick to be up against the fence. And I guess I could have tried to slide Nick real hard going into 3 and 4, but I didn't have the momentum or the speed, and I don't like to drive too dirty.
Yeah.
But no, Doug, I'll never forgive you for that, you son of a gun.
What's your favorite track to race at? I mean, of all times, even go-kart days. What was your absolutely favorite?
I mean, my all-time favorite's still probably Path Valley. Like that was my track for 305s. It was either I went ahead or Tyler Bear and I were tied for the most wins up there. So that was pretty cool. That place is fun. The short track, and Port Royal is fun. I really like Williams Grove. Williams Grove's fun. I mean, I think it's a little bit more technical. So you got to slow down to get fast.
Kind of races like a short track too, because of the tight turns. You're not like Port Royal. You're kind of keeping your momentum.
Yeah, Port Royal has a lot of momentum. I really like Hagerstown too. Hagerstown treated me well.
It always seems smooth down there too.
Yeah, and it kind of races like Williams Grove also. But Baps treated me well for years. We were really fast there. And when we go out to the Race Saver Nationals, we're the 305 in Nebraska. Eagle Raceway is a fun place to get around to.
You didn't answer a question. I said your Path Valley, is that your favorite track?
I'd say Path Valley's almost up there. It's just a special place.
Yeah,
it's
you
short
raced
track
there for
racing.
years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very short.
Yeah. And it's cool because like Lance and I both got our first wins in the sprint cars there, so.
Gotcha.
Fun.
Who do you think your toughest competitor is that you've ever raced against? I mean, who did you always try to beat? If you had, I mean, obviously everybody, but if you had that one person.
And in the 305s, it was tough because there were so many fast guys. Like
Everybody, like the top 12 was all.
I mean, you'd have Doug, Ken Duke,
Stephanie when she ran.
Stephanie when she ran. I'm trying to Nick was always fast at Port Royal, and then back when we were still racing, like Eric Parker, Logan, and Michael Wagner were still. It was always good racing. Darren Miller was always fast. We battled a decent amount. Walpy, he was always a contender.
He moved up to 410 this
Yeah, I'm
year.
excited for him because he's
a good
not
kid.
doing bad.
No, and I like it. They're good people, but
Yeah.
his dad's
We have a
funnier
lot
than hell.
of fun
So
with them. We have a lot of fun with them.
yeah, whenever they're up at Path, they always stop down and
Uh-huh.
his dad's funny, but
And he did extremely well up there for the race with the 410s qualifying with the 305, so that was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, he ran a 305 that night, that's right. Yep. So, what's your best memory of racing? Your favorite memory?
Oh, there's a lot of them probably, but winning races with the kids there is always fun. I'd say there's so many good memories, it outweighs the bad for sure.
Right.
But when you're at the track every weekend, man, there's a lot of good memories for sure. I don't know if I have a favorite one. I mean, winning's always fun.
Right. Caleb doing the wing dance when he was younger.
Yeah, Caleb definitely. I wish I could have brought him along tonight. It just didn't work out logistically because he would have been talking. He would have filled this whole thing up because he never shuts up.
Yeah.
But
well, and I got some. I'm going to ask you. You can think over commercial break here, but your idol, whoever you looked up to. But you can think about it over commercial break.
Yeah,
We got to
we'll
go
do
to
that.
commercial here, folks. So we're after commercial. We'll get back to Zach Daddy Newlin here and figure out who his idol was.
With over 25 years serving the racing community, Miller's Racing Parts has what you're looking for. We carry performance parts from all major brands, with a selection of used parts on consignment. Visit us at millersracingparts.com.
I was gonna say
Race
this
Night
chair
is brought
seemed
to
to
you
be a
in
little
part
bit
by
low, like
Superior
Wilbur
Homes.
still.
Check them out
And it's
online at
sagging.
superiorhomes.com.
Yeah, we'll just get into telling stories and stuff to make them.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
The goal was walking her down the aisle. It was fixing an earache just in time. And feeling as amazing as you look. Being healthy is how you get there. And every well-spanned doctor, health coach, case manager, and social worker on your team works together to make that happen. Because your goal, that's our goal too. In sickness and in health. Start your relationship with WellSpan today at wellspan.org.
Welcome back, folks. So if you just tuned in, we're here with Zach Newlin. They call him Zach Daddy. Newlin's Bar Service, everybody knows him something different, but he races. He races a sprint car now. He's racing 358 and 410 for two different guys. So two different teams. But before the break, we asked you who your idol was. Like racing idol.
I had so many growing up, though.
Antonio Brown.
Nah, I don't want to leave early or anything like
Well,
that.
that's what I thought. Last year you were kind of leaving a little early.
Yeah, but growing up, like I was Mark Richards, Mark Freeland, Todd Schaefer. It was all pretty much family and friend connections growing up. I never really had a favorite. I looked up to Greg Hodnett a lot, and working with him there and Roach there was pretty cool with the development of the strange bars and testing it and stuff. So that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, there's never really had a favorite. Just a lot of friends and people you'd look up to, and
Like Steve Wilbur. Someone told me Steve was one of your biggest idols.
yeah. I don't know how to put this nicely, but
Then don't.
yeah. No, he's a huge guy. I mean, I think he helps a lot of people out.
He does help a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, by huge guy, like you mean personality,
personality.
or body, or?
Gut. I mean, I have pictures on my phone sitting at lunch still with like 6 or 7 plates there.
Yeah, he always orders 2 cheeseburgers and
Yeah,
fries.
2 cheeseburgers, and then my best memory with him is he'd get this small little salad, and I'm like, is that soup or is that a salad? Because it'd just be covered in
dressing.
dressing.
Well, that's what every time it's salad dressing. It's
Yeah.
healthy. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't called in to mess with you. But yeah, well, all them guys you mentioned, there's a lot of.
Yeah, that was.
A lot
I
of
mean,
success
and
in
it was
there.
Dad actually worked with Mark Freeland's car when he was in McKee in the midget. So I was in like 3rd grade and going there, and I'd get to like polish Zeus buttons and stuff like that. And that's when we just started putting. I think one of my first go-karts together. So
Yeah, Mark Freeland's still in the racing scene. I mean, he helps Derek Schaefer a little bit.
yeah, it's good to see. I'm hoping Derek maybe got a new suit, so he's still not pushing the threads on Mark's old one.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that suit was like your size. And Derek, he didn't bend over, do nothing. I always wonder why he got undressed after every race. And it was so he could help run the car.
I actually, maybe not that suit, but I borrowed another suit of Mark's the one year to race. They did Wing Kart Outlaws at the Tuscarora 50 for years at intermission, and I borrowed a suit of his a few times to go up there and run. So it didn't fit. It was hanging off me like crazy
bet.
because he was so tall. But
That's like the suit I bought. I wanted to talk to you about that. The suit I bought from you at the flea market doesn't fit.
yeah,
I thought it would, but
I
stuff
wa-
didn't work out.
I was going to bring you a new Zach Daddy shirt tonight, but we didn't make nightgowns this year.
That's awesome. Track. How do you like your tracks? Wet, heavy, dry, slick, or just racy?
I think it depends. I think Port Royal races better when it's slick.
I believe.
But a smaller track like Path Valley, it's designed to have a big curb up against the fence.
So 2 grooves, or you want 1 groove?
Like 3 grooves for up there, so you can, a guy can run the bottom. But
Almost like the 410 show. Like, that was an awesome race.
yeah,
up there.
like that's what I always.
went to the top that night. Do you remember that?
Is that possible?
Well, I didn't think it was, but he did go up there, and I don't know if it's because he missed a turn, or
Or you saw food?
yeah, guy standing at the fence eating a burger. But yeah, like that was a.
Yeah, we. It's crazy to think that you can actually. It's weird. It's a small track, but you can bust around there wide open even in a 410. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was an incredible show. But yeah, so anyway, your tracks, you like them. It doesn't matter as long as it's
Yeah, it all
racy,
depends.
really.
I think a lot. When it's wet and heavy, you can just go pedal down, and setup doesn't come in as much. When the track slows off and has a little bit of a slicker character, you got to fine tune your stuff and get a car that enters the corner and still dries off, and go from there.
Is Lincoln a tough track to race?
I don't think it's a tough track to race. When it gets one lane around the bottom, that's when it's no fun.
Well, that's because you're in the 358 down there, and
Yeah.
that's like, I like Lincoln, but like when we used to go down with the Wingless Sportsmans, we'd always get, we go out last, and it slows us down. For Wingless, it's not so bad, but
Yeah.
it was, falling around. And
Yeah, it's like it's not my favorite track, but the one guy that used to help us out, Kieran's like, I know you hate it, but you run well there. I'm like, it's hard to say. So.
Well, we got a phone call, Zach, so welcome to race night. Hello? Hello, yeah, you're on.
Hey, it's Mama Newlin.
Oh, it's Mama Newlin.
Oh boy, you're done.
How are you, Mama?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh, just peachy. Just sitting here with Zach. Do you know Zach?
Yeah, we have a question for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Shoot.
We want to know what ride you took this year.
What ride?
What ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Luke.
I took my truck. I don't know.
Because you had on Facebook about big news. And
Oh, the big news. Well, that fell through. I was hoping to get the ride in the 21, but Dominic Selzy beat me out. I don't know. I'm still hoping. But if not, I got something in the iron in the fire for running up at Port Royal this year, and I'm hoping to become a factor in some of them B mains like there was last year. Remember when Zach was almost qualified last year? And his wing dented? Remember that?
and got run over.
Yeah, he got in the way. Run over. But, well, we have a question for you. What's for dinner?
Okay, well, hopefully we catch up to you at some race, and I'll make sure I make the food.
Sounds good. I'll be there. Tell her you love her.
Barbecue tonight.
All right, I'll be up. But,
All right, see you guys.
yep, see ya.
Yeah.
Rowan Beasley. You remember Rowan?
Yeah. Crazy Aussie Rowan.
Well, I guess he's Aussie. But yeah, he, I don't know, it sounds,
A little bit of a
kickback.
yeah.
But yeah, Rowan says on here, best World of Outlaw qualifier interview ever at Port Royal.
Yeah, that was it went a little bit more. I didn't know really what was going on. Like I didn't, you don't hear yourself till I came in the pits, and Tom Whitall's coming up to me and he's talking in this like real weird voice. I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then I listened to it, and like, "Oh my God, is that what I sound like?" I'm like, Yeah,
didn't get a chance to hear it.
it went kind of high pitched, and my voice broke apart and stuff. So I was hearing about that, and so they were picking on me all night about that, but.
But you qualified.
Yeah, we qualified. It was exciting because.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You planning on doing any racing out of the state at all?
Most probably not.
I noticed.
I mean, we'll see.
You didn't go to the Chili Bowl this year, and
No, pretty much just stay with the salad bowl for this year, and
yeah, all your own salads.
yeah, I got to fit into my seat. I run into this problem every year.
Get
pretty
a
much
porter
at this
power.
time. Well,
I use a porter power.
Yeah, I'd like to stay. Alan told me I got to be 150 pounds, so I got like 8 pounds to go. Yeah, it's going well. I had destroyed a box of Mike and Ike's on the way here tonight, so it's
Would you
working
say you
out
have to
well.
weigh?
150. Probably what you weighed in like 4th grade.
No, that was that was probably 4th. But yeah, I don't know why you built so small, but. Someone wants to know, does the mullet help you prevent helmet hair? Or is it just you can't see the back and your wife won't do it for you?
Well, it's more of my wife loves it type of deal. Like, I got rid of it there for a while, and she's like, I actually miss that, so I brought it back.
Gotcha.
I did have a mustache for a while, but she hates that, so that disappeared.
Now why do you cut these dents into the front of your...
It's just something I'm working on. It's a new style.
Gotcha.
It's catching on pretty well. My brother even started copying it now, too.
Why do I feel like Zach is being interviewed by Squirrely Dan? I don't know who Squirrely Dan is, but...
And isn't Squirrely Dan that guy on Letterkenny?
I don't know. I don't watch that crap. I got flow. Yeah, that's their fault. And then John Scarborough said 150 hashtag LOL. Oh, maybe that's what you're trying to weigh, 150. I guess that's what he was talking about.
I don't know what that's about. John's a squirrely guy, too.
He said you destroyed, Chris Frank said, so wait, you destroyed some guys named Mike and Ike? But, yeah, so no Chili Bowl? You don't want to do the Chili Bowl?
I mean, it'd be cool to experience. I mean, I think I'd probably end up sick. 'Cause, like, even when I go to Motorama, it kills my whole head and
I've
sinuses.
seen guys down there, we were watching last night, and they had them big, like, military gas masks. I couldn't imagine being there, especially with the micros.
Yeah, it definitely. Because I know what Motorama does to me when we go there. It kills my lungs, so it wouldn't be any better to probably go there. It'd be killing me for a week.
So is Newlin sponsoring cars this year, Newlin Bar Service, or you just
pretty much just my usual helping guys out wherever I can type of deal. But there's really no monetary thing going out. But work with guys as much as I can for sure.
Scarborough wants to know: is it true that your son is a much better driver than you?
I don't know. We've been racing scooters in the shop. He hasn't beat me yet. He tries to beat me. But it's always I'll pass him and he wrecks. But then he gets to go out in the front again. I'm like, oh, how's that work? He's like, well, that's the rules at my track. So I wreck and try to go out front. And he goes, no, that's not how it works.
Well, maybe he's just letting you win because he knows you'll cry if you don't.
Possibly.
Let's see here. Joanne Mole Slazeman. She said, hi, Zach, we missed being in PA to watch you race.
I don't know if you'd miss it right now because it's cold. It's probably warmer in Florida where they're at. But
well, and Flow Racing, Port Royal, they can get...
Yeah, you can watch a lot with Flow. Flow's awesome.
Yeah, Flow is awesome.
It's
one of the best deals out there right now.
Yeah.
So, your wife, big supporter of racing? Or?
Yeah, well, she's a big
hunter.
Yeah, she's a big hunter. She's got 2 now, so under her belt. That's good because I don't do it anymore, so someone's got to
bring home the bacon.
Yeah, someone's got to get stuff to make deer jerky out of for sure, so.
But she's a big supporter of the racing?
Yeah, she didn't really grow up around it, but, she started going to races with me in 2004, so been howling her around since.
She was your social worker?
Yeah, she was, yeah. Well, it was family reunion type deal.
Right, yeah, I know how it is.
Yeah, she's kind of got more pride now. She told me she's not, she's not there to be with some deadbeat 410 driver. I got to start doing stuff now, so.
Right, yeah, when you move up, you kind of jump out
It's
of
scary because she's somewhat abusive sometimes, so luckily, I wear shirts to hide all the bruises and
luckily
stuff.
you're buff like you are,
Yeah, I mean, I work hard for this.
And you kind of moved through 358s pretty quick. Like you went from 305s to 358s. You're on your own for a year, and then halfway through that first season, and weren't you in the 410?
I'd say success came quick, but I don't think that's the right word. But it was cool. I mean, the Burks gave me the opportunity to get in a 410, and it was good and promising. And then, true colors kind of showed, and I saw the writing on the wall people warned me about. So, Austin, I still talk to Austin. We're pretty good friends, but he's doing real well with his machining. So, it's once you get in a 410, you really don't want to get in anything else. So that's kind of the bad part. It's like a double-edged sword. But
there's only a few guys I know of that are still racing that went from 410 back down to 358.
Yeah, there's one guy I think of in particular. So, in fact, the chair's kind of still sagging.
From last week. Samantha Newlin says it takes a special woman to live with Zach Daddy. Tell us about your awesome wife.
She puts up with a lot, that's for sure.
You do most of the work around the house.
Yeah,
and stuff.
like I run the sweeper and stuff, and that just press the button for the Roomba. So I pretty much hold the whole house together. So.
Yeah. Now, you normally cook, or she cooks some, or
I don't
order
cook.
out?
Yeah, she does the cooking. I'm not that. I'm good at eating it. That's for sure. But she does the cooking, the laundry. I pay the bills. That's kind of, and I mow.
You do mow.
Yeah.
I don't believe all that. But all right, well, is there anything I didn't touch on that you're?
I don't know. Is there anything you can think of? Any good stories?
No, other than the tow truck one, when I pulled up and said, "Oh, this is where you're parked." Well, I know where to bring you in. About 20 minutes later, you won hot laps and 1 and 2.
Yeah, I still don't know what happened. Either I just got too high and it was real greasy, or the wheel broke. One of the two.
No, you ran out of talent.
Yeah.
That
was a cool night though, because we thrashed and we rebuilt that car and started dead last, and I think
third.
Did we? Was it third? Came up third. It was. I know it was a top 5.
I think that was the night. That was the William race, wasn't it?
No, that was another night.
But you started way back in the William race, and you were.
I think we were 8th or whatever.
I think 10th or something. You came up and you were battling.
I was leading it, and we got into lap traffic, and the car slid up, and I jumped the cushion. And
but that was an awesome race.
That was a fun night. That was wide open around the top. Fun for sure.
So tomorrow's Nito Burrito?
Tomorrow's Nito Burrito Day, every Thursday.
There goes the 150-pound weight.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, give him my number, because I could probably hit that goal.
Yeah. I mean, put your leg in the car.
Oh, dude, you see me in a sprint car, you'd be like, wow.
I actually would like to see you in a sprint car. I'd just like to physically see that. Yeah,
I sat in Joey Biazzi's wingless car up at Path. Actually fit really well.
Yeah, but that's like a wingless big cage car. I want to see like a standard car,
With no wing, though.
Yeah. Like when I get in the Big Max at Dan's car, it's freaking huge. I don't know what to do with all the room.
Do you camp at Port Royal at all?
Yeah, camping's fun. We do that.
Who's your favorite camping neighbor?
Oh, there's a couple I can think of. Rich and my drunk friend Jody. We have a lot of fun there, partying with them. Ken Barry and Tina Barry. We got Bob and Debbie. We kind of all do there, and then Bailey and Scott got a camper. I hope Port Royal can get the whole camping thing figured out up there, because it's a mess right now with the borough, but hopefully it don't ruin it for a lot of people, because it's a lot of fun. And it's good for the family,
Well,
too.
they're not letting campers now?
It's some big stink with the borough.
Yeah, it stinks.
But, yeah, it's fun, though, because, you show up, and then, you get done at the end of the night, the kids can go out there and
you just relax.
Party and fun. Like the World of Outlaws night, the night we qualified, even though I made it 3 or 4 laps because I stuffed it in the wall, but we still had fun that night for sure.
Yeah, that's what, whenever we have the 2-day shows at Path, it's the same way. It's just, you get done racing, you go relax, you eat, you
Yeah, it's
have fun, joke
a lot
around.
of fun. I wasn't a real big drinker growing up. Like, I waited till I'm 21, and now I'm like, holy hell, what was I missing out on this whole time? Because it's fun.
Well, I don't know about the fun part. I don't really drink, but if I did, it would be probably fun
Yeah.
for everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen you drink anything.
No.
Really. Yeah, you're such a...
No, yeah, I'm pretty down to earth. Okay, Corey Bacon says, I'll have a camping spot for you if Port figures it out.
Yep, Corey's a good guy. He's the kids call him Mr. Maple Syrup Man, so he's the one who does all the maple syrup up at Port Royal.
Oh, gotcha.
He has a booth set up, so he's always there too.
Oh, let's see here. But, yeah, so I guess Port Royal, we'll watch that on Flow. You can watch Williams Grove on Dirt Vision.
Dirt Vision, Williams Grove. And,
So I guess when everybody tunes in, they'll...
yeah, it's still not the same as going to the track, though.
No, that's nowhere near.
My hair still stands up every time a car pushes off, I think, so,
Really?
yeah.
What do you need to say? But yeah, it's, it'd be cool. I'm gonna come out to watch you a little bit at the Grove. It's not far from the house. And,
Yeah, it's nice because, like, I just, Friday we race and just,
oh, you just go right from work?
yeah, just pull the camper and go over, sit and wait for everybody to get there. So
Yeah, it'd be cool.
then we head from there and head back up to
Port Royal.
Port Royal.
Yeah, that'll be a good weekend when you race. Now, what happens when what takes priority, the 410 or do they race the same night, like when
I think we'll just plan it accordingly. I mean, pretty much Dan's car only races Friday nights at Williams Grove, so, but,
Port
Alan,
does race some Fridays, I believe.
yeah, so that'll be, usually they're not the same nights though, so.
Gotcha.
If not, I'm sure the 410 will probably take.
I didn't know if you had like a small plane or anything to commute back and forth.
I thought about getting a jet. We'll see. It depends on funding this year.
I think he's still running with the Outlaws. But I mean, you can call him and see. Seen Ron Rutherford started a team
yeah.
with Matt Campbell, so you'll probably get to run with them a little bit at the Grove. Well, I guess his boys running 358.
Yeah.
Ron's boys, so you should have someone to race with.
Yeah, it'll be. I think the 358 field is going to be the most competitive at Williams Grove in a long time this year, honestly.
A lot of it because the trailways falling.
Yeah, trailways, but I mean, there's just it's just. Everybody thought 358s were going away, but I think they're just fine actually.
Yeah.
It's a good competitive class. It's fun too.
How do you think that'll help? I mean, you think it'll help with?
I think they'll get a few guys. I mean, some of the guys that
They're probably gonna go
ran
Saturday
trailways, they didn't have, big, hard-hitting motors. And I wouldn't say it's a necessity at Williams Grove, but it sure helps.
Right.
You need something that's reliable. So I think some of the, the lower funder guys might just go to, Lincoln. But, there's a couple guys that would still run both if trailways wasn't racing. So, but I mean, it's always... It's competitive, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know it looked bad last year with Derek Locke.
Yeah.
Winning so much, but he was, I mean, and they run their team like.
Oh yeah, they're good. Howie's, they're good. I mean, and they got a lot. I mean, they've been running the 360 and 358 for like 15 years now, so it's nothing but experience. Finally.
Yeah, experience and the best of the best. They don't have
playing
junk
off,
equipment. Not that they have high dollar motors or nothing, but their stuff's clean. It doesn't, come dirty, don't leave dirty.
Yeah, I mean, and like Dan, he's got 3 good motors now, though, so we should be prepared.
You think you'll venture down there with the 410 at all at the Grove?
I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on, where we're at financially wise, because, Alan's pretty smart. We're not going to go broke, trying to make a team work, but, but it just comes to scheduling, logistics and all that, but it'd be fun. It's fun racing at Williams Grove in a 410 for sure.
I only ever ran there one time in my rookie year in a Sportsman. I put a wing on, and they weren't getting a ton of cars on Saturday nights. It was like 21, 22. So Conrad and Wilbur said, put a wing on, see if you can get 3 shows in. You can run 100 at Lincoln. I put the wing on. Of course, I went over and they had 31 cars signing that night. Like everybody was doing the same thing, but man, it was fun.
Yeah.
But it was probably the furthest I ever drove without stopping at a drive-through.
Yeah, it's
Like, it
and
just-
when you and
then like right at the bridge.
the bridge, man. If
just
you're
like-
not prepared for it,
I wasn't like I didn't have because wingless, you're not picking up the right front at all.
yeah.
And I hit the bridge and it went like this. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, well, the first night we were there, even with the 12 head and the 54 car, we were there with the All-Stars, just getting track time. And we actually passed some cars in the B main and we're catching some cars. And I got more confident and faster. There's a couple times on the backstretch, I'm like, I could feel something happen with the car I wasn't comfortable with. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then I finally realized it was, the right front,
Picking
2
up.
foot off the ground. There's a really good, cool picture Ashley caught of that we still have floating around. So that's pretty cool. I like that feeling though. The 358, even if the Dan one night was throwing a fit, I'm like, it's cool. I don't mind the right front being off the ground.
Yeah,
Like it's,
yeah.
as long as I can get it to enter, I said it's fast. So it's a good feeling to have a car sit left like that and rotate and drive off the corner.
Right. And Port Royal, when we ran air wingless, I don't know how it is with you guys, but like you get down to the end of the straightaway, it just feels like our cars are floating. You know what I mean? Like, but you guys are more locked down with the wings, but
Yeah, it's honestly probably the wing on the 410 at the end of the straightaway is probably the same amount of force your car puts out weight-wise at the end of the straightaway
right.
compared to some of the other cars. But
Now you're gonna try any of the wingless stuff ever?
Ah,
you think when
no.
it comes in,
I don't think so.
not comfortable or just?
Maybe I'm not dumb enough. I don't know. Like
No, you don't sell yourself short.
it's
Like you need to get more self-confidence.
yeah. Those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're definitely dumb.
You see those guys flip the way they
Robert
do and
Blue.
stuff. Yeah,
Did you ever watch him drive?
Yeah, those guys are. Just think they're crazy. I think there's a reason some of these guys are getting back. Like 3 guys from USAC are going 410 wing racing this year. I'm like, maybe they're just tired of getting their bell rung like crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's.
I think that the 360 USAC cars on a small track put on a really good
do.
race. It's just the tracks in this area aren't really designed for wingless racing. So, I mean, I think they're designed to be on smaller short tracks.
Like
so.
Path Valley.
Yeah, Path Valley or yeah.
Or Action Track.
I don't know. That didn't look that fun to me.
It could be fun though. So, well, we got about 2 minutes left here. I'm sure you got more to say, or
I got a lot to say. I'm just not good on the spot stuff. I'm better at people asking me questions, I guess, and telling stories from there.
yeah. I mean, I thought we
A
were.
ton of stories. I need kind of kick started to get them going.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I have any of your.
I had a bunch of jokes wrote down, but I forgot them. So you got lucky. There's only a couple I remembered.
All right. Well, I mean, like, how do I get a story started? Like, I want to hear all your stories.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Some of them can't be told
Why?
on air like this, though. They get pretty good, but.
What was the best celebration after a win? I'm sure there's.
I wouldn't say probably one of the best celebrations was the year we qualified out at Nebraska the first night. Like we went, we were loading the car up, getting ready that week, and our one friend Brad, who comes and helps, we call him Big Brad. He's like, it'd be nice. He said, if we lock this thing in opening night. I'm like, it would be nice, because then Saturday's a clean slate, and man, we locked it in top 9 that night. I think we got 7th. Locked it in past Tech, and it really went downhill from there because they have a tiki bar at the track, and man, it was definitely amusing. Like I passed out, I think, twice on the 4-wheeler just in the pits, and Brad had too many, and he's a big dude, and he started going backwards down a little bit of an incline, and they had to catch him. And
Were you good for Saturday? Or for
oh yeah, we were perfect. I mean, I don't really get hangovers, so it worked out fine. I was up ready to go. A couple other, like Lance and Brad, they were feeling it pretty bad. I don't think they showed up to the track till 1 o'clock or something. But Brian and David, they were pretty fine. It's just fun. But, you know, there's a lot of, we got wins, so we celebrated pretty good. Probably the fun night was the night I won at Baps and then got pulled over on the way home. And then we came to Path Valley the next night and won, and you interviewed me and asked me about getting pulled over at Mechanicsburg.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, that's what I was there.
That was a funny experience. So.
Well, we're out of time,
Out of time.
but we'll get you back on here one day. And
Yeah, it's good because Lynn was always on me. Like, you know, you get back in, I was just so busy. And then to get down here during the race season just wasn't happening. So,
well, wish you luck this year in both cars, and Caleb luck, and
yeah, it'll be fun.
it'll be fun to watch you
Yeah,
grow. Hopefully, get a couple wins. But so anybody looking to sponsor again, get a hold of me on social media. I'd like to thank Miller's Racing Parts out of Mechanicsburg and Superior Homes. Thanks everybody for watching. And next week we have Trent Yoder, X600 driver, and he's into the Wingless Super Sportsmans now.
Yeah.
So we got Trent Yoder on, and then we'll keep you posted over the week here. And anybody looking to get on the show, you know, message me, message the race night, comment on post. We'll get you on. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.